Hi guys, Storm here with another video. So last night, I believe, they introduced Warzone Rumble in the sheets. Now if you have the Call of Duty Companion app, it says doing this game mode, and it talks about it like it's actually normal Warzone, but it's not normal Warzone, it's just Team Deathmatch in a Warzone map, as we've had it before. And what's weird about this whole thing is that it says, oh, you can loot. There's no looting in Warzone Rumble ever. There's never has been, there never will be, and I've played the mode plenty of times. There is nothing to loot. There are no loot boxes. There is nothing. The update, literally all they did was change the names and added double XP. Okay, that was the huge update. Kind of fucking pathetic, you know. They didn't change anything for Rebirth, Resurgence Trios. They didn't change anything for Battle Royale. You know, it doesn't. What's weird because it doesn't say double XP for this. Only when you click it, which kind of makes people think like, oh, maybe there's no double XP. They shouldn't do that. I mean, obviously it's overkill. Well, no, actually it's not overkill because you want people to know that the game mode has it, and sure, when you click on it, it presses it, but it doesn't indicate that it has it before. So that's kind of stupid on, you know, Activision's part. That's one issue with this whole thing. Besides the initial on the companion app and other Activision news, where it clearly states in Warzone Rumble in the sheets, and it tries to use wording and try to flaunt its stuff, there is no searching at all. The normal Battle Royale isn't called Warzone in the sheets, it's just Battle Royale. Battle Royale has not changed for singles, solos to quads, and neither has Rebirth. There's nothing there. They don't even just change the description. just the title. And double XP. Kinda stupid. Anyway, we have a tier sale for those that take forever to get this done. Bunch of noobs. Patch resets in 11 days from now. Let's see. They have included recently, I've noticed this. Now, not only do you get weapon XP and normal XP, you now get tier XP. Now, I only got one of this. I don't know how I got it. I just did. Maybe it's from the Battle Pass. They're now introducing it to it. Let's check on that, shall we? I don't think so. Maybe it's something I won through the companion app. If so, that's good. Because the companion app is kind of shit right now. Well, it's been shit for a long time. You know, I love it how, like, when things first get introduced, they're great, they work perfectly, they do what they're supposed to do, you know. You press a button, it does what it's supposed to do. It's just, every update Activision has ever done, it just seems to fuck one thing after another up, you know? They still haven't fixed the recent players, and that's been an issue forever now. And of course they're not going to, they intentionally did it, and I've explained why. They're just a bunch of fucking assholes, that's the gist of it. They're saying fuck you to the fans. So yeah, that's the only real new thing. I've started noticing, if you can see, it shows I'm level 1. Now I didn't get, you know, level reversed. I don't believe anyway. But I was hacked recently to where my whole shit started freezing. I literally had to reboot, restart my database, and shut it off and do a bunch of stuff because I played with someone in Warzone who was hacking and apparently not only could DDoS but could, you know, completely, you know, semi-brick my system, and it was just kind of fucking stupid that people, that, you know, Activision is like, oh, we're doing all this good shit. It's like, no, they're just as much hackers as there was. So yeah, they're just, if anything, they're just getting more creative. There's something important I needed to discuss with you guys. Oh, in the Warzone Rumble, you are not allowed to do the pro. Now it clearly states, right? Clearly states activate pro. Wait, where does it say it? It's not saying it. Okay, so this one, for example, if you pick up any other upgrade, it will no longer drop the smoke grenade that it used to, which is kind of fucking stupid, you know? Secondly, if you load in and you pick up any other one prior, it's going to be really fucking glitchy, and you might have it, it might be fully ready, it will not work. You can press it a bunch of times, it's just glitched. It's the best thing I can recommend to you. Like any other thing, if it's fucking up, the best troubleshooting skill you can do is not just keeps tapping it, because it's not going to fix it, is to, you know, switch it out with something and switch it back. Sometimes you it might work in, you know, in one life before you even have to die. It fixes itself by the next time it's fixed by swapping it and then going back and swapping it again. But other times it won't work that way. You know, Call of Duty, when it just chooses when it wants to work. Other times you will have to swap it to something that isn't this, and then if you really want this, die, or if you swap it to this, die, or sorry, if you already had it to this and it wasn't working, obviously you swap it to, I don't know, tactile insertion, right? Die with tactile insertion. Then for your next life, put it back and replace with tactile insertion, die again, and it should work. So I know that might make it be confusing, but that's just the way it works. So yeah, that's Activision for you. Now for Warzone Rumble, I highly recommend tactical insertion if you want to get behind enemy lines. If you want to, you know, just, you know, shoot them without them expecting. There's a lot of fucking retards out there. Like I've had plenty. I've had countless of times where my teammates are like, "Oh, where'd he go, George? Where'd he go?" And they can't figure out where they're getting shot from. There's a literally an indicator that tells you where the bullet's coming from unless you die immediately. And then there is a kill cam. So you just, anytime you see this little red, circular shaped rectangle, I guess you could say. I don't even know what to call it. It's kind of like if you imagine an invisible circle, it's this red beam, I guess, that encircles it, and any direction it shows you is where you're getting shot from. Now, above and below doesn't, it is what it is. If it's above you and it's in front of you, it's going to say it's in front of you, but, you know, if there's nothing there, then obviously you have to either look further, or you have to understand that it's above you. But sometimes you need a knee-jerk reaction. You have to decide, well, do I continue my search? Maybe they're hiding in a corner. Maybe they're further away. You know, because it doesn't tell you how far away they are. It doesn't tell if you're either below you or above you. That just tells you in the generalized north, south, east, west direction that they are in. From a first-person point of view, so forward, backwards, left, and right. That's it. It does not tell you anything else, the distance or the elevation. So keep that in mind. I highly recommend. Well, actually, let me finish my thought. So yeah, it's like, why? And you get teammates in your game mode that literally like, oh look, an enemy's in our spawn. Let me run up to him, give him a free kill, and then rinse and repeat. I'm like. Now, sometimes I am exaggerating. They're just a bunch of dumbasses that refuse to go out of their way to kill them because they're so selfish pricks and they just don't give a fuck. And it's like, those are the same kind of retards that, so let's say we're playing the map where, Warzone Rumble, where we're on the stadium, right? And there's two sides to climb up now to the grapples. There will be a team, and it's really first come first serve, and whoever's the better has reaction speed and accuracy and, you know, aims for the head. That gets a team up there and is able to literally control the choke point of the grapple, because they have an animation where they, even though you can shoot them, they can't shoot back until the animation's finished. You have, you know, about a second to kill them, and honestly, that's more than enough you need, especially if multiple of your teammates are trying to steal your kills and you're there first, and they're just trying to take shit that they clearly didn't get earn or whatever. It's a noob thing to do, but it works. So yeah, and you get the same teammate that's like, oh look, I'm getting shot in the back. Let me not shoot the guy that's spawn trapping us. Let me just continue being a dumbass, rolling up the thing, and then dying every time I go up the rope because the enemy team has been able to push us because of the fact that we're getting spawn trapped, and they refuses to be a normal person with common sense. He wants to be a selfish prick. And not only is he getting shot in the back from the person spawn trapping him, if he manages to survive and the animation of going up the ramp, he's getting killed because now the other guys offered support and caused confusion and delay, and now they have the complete rope, completely just dominated. We have no chance of winning. Now, of course, there's the occasional person that's just fucking cocky, or they get distracted, or they're doing something else, and you have one person who actually has that's stupid enough to go up there and somehow either gets lucky or has a really good reflexes, even though they're dumb as fuck, and they bring back the checkpoint. That's not to say that they won't. The other enemy team, once he gets that one kill, won't overtake that choke point, and it's like, oh, our teammate got died, we'll just replace him, whatever. So that's that point. If a teammate is getting shot, rather than staring at the enemy's head, having gay-ass fantasies, shoot the fucker shooting your teammate. If you have the shot, take it. Okay? Because you shoot the person shooting your teammate, you're watching your teammate's back. The teammate's going to remember that. You watch their back, they'll watch your back. They'll be more enticed to help you when you help them. It's all about teamwork. Don't go into an objective game mode thinking every game mode is free for all. And some people say team deathmatch, and I get what they're saying because, objective, playing team deathmatch and domination, that's a popular term. But really what it is, scientifically and just the more accurately, it's free for all. Free for all on an objective game mode. Excuse me. So don't play for yourself on objective game mode. Don't play solos on quads. I think at this point I've coined the phrase because no one else has said it. I've also coined the phrase mic indicator, and then anything with an ER at the point if someone's acting like something. If you got someone camping in the corner, that's called a camper. I didn't do that one though. But if someone's like beating their meat, or in the mic, or blowing in the mic, or having a fucking seizure speaking gibberish, and then they get butthurt and they actually start speaking English to talk shit to you. If you got someone who's in the game, and I think it's really Modern Warfare only specifically, where this is the first time where I've played where they'll have a mic. Some of them will have a mic, and either A, they don't speak English, don't know how to use it, but the biggest thing for Warzone explicitly is where they'll have a mic, they won't put their mic into the very last second, and then they'll talk shit, and they're only the ones with less money, less kills, if you're playing Plunder or whatever, and they're just utter garbage, and they'll have to talk shit, saying blah 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 blah, and it's just a bunch of retarded nonsense, right? They're the ones being retarded, and then they try to defend their retardation. It's not going to work. Furthermore, same goes for tactical insertion. If you try to swap that out, it will not drop a tactical insertion to re-swap it out. It will just disappear from your inventory. Let's see here. I highly recommend the best ones for Warzone Rumble are honestly tactical insertion and missions box. Now if you want to be a selfish prick, you're using stop and power rounds. But if you're lagging behind and you're doing it because you're lagging behind, well, it's like, then just get good. You shouldn't have to acquire it. It's nice if you add it. But for a game that involves teamwork, and there's so many people lacking teamwork, you kind of have to like step up, because these kids, fucking retarded. Kids and men, children alike, and yeah, male children, man child, yeah, I guess that's the plural. Anyway, it's the other thing I want to say about Warzone Rumble. It seems that it's like a taboo to throw down a munitions crate or an ammo crate because people don't know, and can't. It's a too big of a word for them. They can't process. If they're a BLM member, oh no, munitions crate. You're using big words on me. No, you're just a fucking ignorant dumbass that can only say F enter enter F enter enter like any other rap song. And what people need to understand is get a fucking vocabulary. Don't ditch school and deal drugs and commit crimes and take over setting and do a bunch of fucking toxic retardation shit that supposedly makes you equal, but really you're trying to be better than everybody else, which you're not, which proves the opposite. In any case, if you have a munitions crate, do not hoard it for the entire game, or what the fuck is the purpose of equipping it? If you're gonna be a selfish prick, then be a selfish prick and equip stopping power rounds. Show us through your skill of lacking kills, or increase the chance of your lacking kills to be like maybe one extra kill, whatever. Because they're the type of person that will have like one less kill than like the top tier person. Like, oh, well, you only got one more kill than me. But that's probably only due to stopping power rounds. Otherwise, they probably had half the amount of kills that they had. So yeah, if you're a teammate and you have common sense and you're playing a team-based objective game mode, first off, you cannot have teamwork without communication. It's never happened. Never happened. Never will happen. Out of all the Call of Duties I've ever played with, all the Call of Duties, I have yet to see someone who doesn't have a mic, who has more common sense, and has more teamwork than an average teammate. So, and average teammates isn't saying much either, but a mic, you're a troller to some degree. You're an idiot to some degree. Because think of it this way: if you have a mic and you're choosing not to use it, or if you know what you're supposed to do but you're choosing not to do it, or you're just clueless because you're a noob, or you don't want to learn, you don't want to improve yourself, you don't want to self-improve. Think of it this way: you're either intentional idiocy, meaning you're a troll, you're doing stupid shit, you're acting stupid, you're doing stuff just to screw with people, to undermine the game, to screw over your teammates, to fuck up the game, make everyone miserable, bully, troll, toxic piece of shit, toxic waste of space, Intentional stupidity versus unintentional stupidity either means A, you're stubborn and you're not trying to get better even when someone offers you advice or constructive criticism. Maybe you might not like the way to hear it. It's like, because let's say you're spinning around in circles, shooting the floor, thinking you're the best guy ever, and you're this fucking shit, right? Oh man, I'm so cool. Yeah, I'm shooting the floor, spinning around in circles. Yeah, I'm so cool. But then someone calls you out, hey, you're a fucking retard. Why are you spinning around in circles, shooting the floor? You're wasting everyone's time. You're ruining your position. If this game mode had accuracy counter, you're lowering your accuracy rate. If people care about that, kind of like with KD ratio, you're wasting ammunition. You're literally a waste of space. You offer nothing to the team. In fact, you're a hindrance. You're making things worse than if you weren't even there. Versus someone that would replace you if you left the game. So, yeah. And then you're like, oh, fuck you, man, you're gay. Saying something that they can't prove. Now that's talking shit. The guy who said you're a dumbass and a fucking retard, they kind of exaggerated, but the fact still remains he's a fucking retard. Whether you want to take it that he's mentally retarded or his behavior is that of a mental retard. In any case, the fact still remains, whether it's exaggerated or not, it's still true, and the guy's telling it as it is. Now, talking shit is normally like saying something that you can't back up, has no relevance, holds no weight, there's no fact check to bring it back to your point of view. You're just wrong on all possible accounts. You're just wrong. So, don't get butthurt when someone calls you out for doing something stupid. Just avoid stupid shit avoid stupidity in the first place. If stupidity can be avoided, it always should be avoided. If you're a dumbass and you want to get better, well then, here you go. Just follow someone who knows better than you. Follow your superior. Follow your master. Be the Padawan. Follow someone you know is better. If someone's talking a lot of shit, but they're quote-unquote talking a lot of shit, but really just telling you how it is, or they're saying a lot of basic stuff, but you're not doing a lot of the basic stuff, but you think you know it, but you're not applying it. Knowing something and then acting on it is two different things. People might know the best quality moves when they're fighting MMA, but in the heat of the moment, they might lose all reasoning, and it's just fight or flight, right? Now, that's not necessarily not their fault or their fault, but your actions speak louder than your words. Even if you know it, unless you apply it, it doesn't show what you know unless you show it with actions. So, keep that in mind. And it just goes back to, if you have a missions crate, fucking throw it down. You get half the ammo that you would normally get in Warzone. Unless you're running a scavenger, unless you're constantly moving. If you're camping in the corner, scavenger doesn't really work for you. So, they half your ammo. You run out of ammo way quicker. And in recent games, I actually noticed the perk sometimes does not work. Restock. I played an entire game and I threw C4. I just camped in a corner. Not to, camp in a corner, but to prove that restock didn't work, and it didn't. I waited. Normally you can see the counter, the little vision thing going over, and when it reaches the top, you get a new C4, you get a new equipment. It did not do that for tactical or lethal. Now, it did the following day, but yeah, that's no bueno. So yeah, keep that in mind. I don't know if I've covered this. They kind of fucked up the order. I mean, they kept the kilo the same. But they fucked up the order of Modern Warfare, and it really just kind of makes no sense. What they should do is they should go from Modern Warfare, all the guns that they had, and just literally add the ones from Alpha to the lowest letter gun variant to the bottom. So obviously it goes Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, all that until you reach the DLC. Then you do Modern Warfare DLC. Then you do Black Ops Cold War. Then you do Black Ops Cold War DLC, and that's how it should be. But this mix match, and at the very least, Alpha, which actually, if you did it my way, it would be that way regardless, because it seems to me that that's the way it would be, because when the game first comes out, it comes through in alphabetical order, and then the DLC would just be the remaining letters after that. They wouldn't change the kilo, which would be Alpha, to Echo. It just doesn't work that way. So it works either way, but the way they're setting it up makes no sense. It should be alphabetical, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, not Alpha. I can't even talk right now. Bravo, Charlie, Alpha. It shouldn't be that way. Yet that's the way they're doing things. Makes no sense. It goes from Alpha to Hotel. And it's not even, it's like, okay, well, maybe they're doing it alphabetically because, AK, that's the first letter of the alphabet. No, because Kilo's above that. That can't be it. Okay, well, it's probably because you're saying you got it unlocked first. Well, I'll turn that off. Let's see what's at top. Oh, look, it's the Kilo. So, no, no. If you've thought of it, I've thought of it, and then some. So, it's aggravating that they're just so fucking lazy, and it's like and I think it just goes back to they're intentionally fucking with you. Activision intentionally saying fuck you to the fans, same reason why they fucked with the recent players list, is the same reason why they just said 52 pickup, and just threw all their variants and random guns, and just mix and matched it just to say fuck you. And, oh yeah, there's a filter, you can fix it to your liking. No, you fucking can't. No, you fucking can't. The unlocked first doesn't work. None of these actually work. Okay? Obviously, the most basic of things surprisingly does work. Black Ops only, Modern Warfare only. The rest of them don't work. They might say they do, and they might fix one or two maybe later, but they just don't work. And so, yeah, it's just pure laziness is aggravating. So yeah. Now, it said, I don't know why it said this. I don't know where I saw it, but it said you cannot use Activate Pro, Field Upgrade Pro in Warzone. I don't know if they removed that because oh, there it is. So in the upper left-hand corner, Field Upgrade selection will have no effect in Battle Royale. Okay. Field Upgrade Pro has no effect in Warzone game modes. Okay, well, that's a fucking lie. I only have Warzone, I don't have the game. And that's a bunch of bullshit. Now, it's so broken that sometimes it's what it says to be true, other times it isn't. Some of the times it's half true. Sometimes it literally is a gamble. It could be any number of combinations. That's what this game mode is. It is gamble combination spinner. that's really what it is. Oh man. So sometimes that's true because it just previously that I would have pro activated, but it would only show one or the other. And other times it does want to work. It's just fucking stupid. It makes no sense. This game makes no sense. Yeah. Oh, also, since the fact that it included lyrics for a lot of these other ones, I'm really, really, really surprised and disappointed that for the Black Ops 1 mixtape, which is kind of like the best one in my opinion. Um, they have 115, but there's no lyrics. What the fuck, Activision? You're literally gonna take 115 and remove the fucking lyrics, and you're gonna cut it short, and come at it mid-section. It's fucking lazy. And it's like, oh no, you just have to wait for it. You'll hear the lyrics. No, you fucking won't. They took off the lyrics. It's just orchestrated or orchestra. You know, it's just music only. Which is really disappointing. Also, I'm doing this thing, guys. You can just leave your phone on and you don't have to watch it. Just turn on the volume so you get the rewards. But it will not update unless you completely close out of the app. I've tried pressing the spin rebuffer thing. You go from top to bottom where it's supposed to reload. That doesn't work. They called it the companion app. It's just glitchy as fuck. It also will not work if you watch it like on YouTube, which if you accidentally double click, it will send you the YouTube to the live stream, which kind of sucks. It will tell you the end result ahead of time, which also isn't true, because they told me it was going to be ending on 5 minutes or 5 hours 55 seconds, or 5 hours 55 minutes and like, I don't know, 5 seconds. They have now increased it to 6 hours 6 minutes and 55 seconds. So I don't know what the fuck this is. Some things it wants, kind of like the Warzone. Sometimes it wants to upload and do its own thing. Other times it, it's whatever. It doesn't want to do that. Again, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it just does something completely unexpected. That's Warzone for you. That's Modern that's Modern Warfare 4 for you. I refuse to call it Modern Warfare. It's not. It's not a prequel. It's not following any storyline. It's if anything, it's a sequel to Modern Warfare 3. So it's Modern Warfare 4. Facts. Also, it says 3 out of 60 minutes. I've been watching it way longer than that. If you want to see it upload, you have to literally close out of the app, reload the app, and it might or might not work. I think the companion app kind of took a page from the Warzone shitty development, or maybe because of the companion app has been so fucking shitty for the longest time. Maybe Warzone took a page out of the companion app. I don't know. They're both fucking shit. Anyway, I think that covers a lot of the things I wanted to introduce. They still have not fixed this retarded thing where it says, "Oh, you have a new secondary." No, I fucking don't. I do not have a new secondary. Oh, no, it's a new pistol. Nope. No, I do not. Oh, well, it must mean you have a new attachment. No. And if that were true, it should, but this game's so broken, so you have to look for it anyway and try to do your own troubleshooting. Have a green box in the lower right-hand corner, or upper right-hand corner, somewhere. But it doesn't. So then you're like, oh, then you have to search it manually. Yeah, no, and a couple of them I did. But I've had friends where it's like they've had no new attachments, and so it has nothing to do with, well, if it's glitched if you had new attachments and you didn't lock them after a while, or you didn't look over them or scroll over them. It's not that. It's nothing on our end. Just Activision saying, "Ha, we're gonna make something annoying to you. We're gonna purposely make the recent layers fucked up just to say fuck you to the fans. We're gonna purposely fuck up the organization, say fuck you to the fans. We're gonna say you got something new, just to agonize you people with a little bit of OCD or like to have a clear space full of things that are organized and just everything in its place. Everything makes sense. People that like sense, people that are like Republican or conservatives, or people that who like facts and don't like psychoness, craziness. We're just fucking how libtards can't handle facts. They literally are like banshees howling at the moon. You throw a fact at them like 2 + 2 is 4. They lose their mind. Kind of goes the same way with this. Well, not all, just some who really like organization. It's just annoying. It's not the biggest deal. But for those who really have super OCD, it's just gonna say, oh, people who like facts and organization and justice and law and stability, we're gonna say fuck you. Fuck you for being normal. You have to have purple hair and identify as a Apache helicopter. We want to make things say no sense, and then we're going to say that nonsense is actually facts, and then anything that you say is facts is misinformation. I'm not going to try to get to that too much, but yeah, they seem to, and now everyone who is racist, they're now going to say people that are racist are Nazis. They've upped that. There's still people call people racist, but now if you disagree with them, you're not only racist, you're a Nazi. That's a newer thing. And then now they're kind of doing a little mini Hitler thing themselves. Like, if you disagree with us, that's misinformation. We're gonna shut you down. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. Wow. So if we don't agree with you, we're gonna shut you down. And just I've been saying that hate speech is kind of taking away freedom of speech from the beginning. I'm like, kind of like a child, like that says something super obvious, but kind of clever because everyone thinks it's just too simple. They don't really think about it. It's kind of like that, and I've been saying it from the beginning, but it's just now being brought to air. It's like, oh yeah, we're having the Constitution. Slowly but surely, our country's going to shit, and people are just gonna start. Next thing you know, pedophilia and committing crimes will be legal for certain races because we don't want equality. We say we do, but we want people to have more rights than other people. That's what we really want. And we want certain illegal actions to be legal. So yeah, it's just if anything, cuties is kind of that, and then the law that in certain states that if you're gay and you're a pedophile, you have less of a sentence than other people do. Kind of like welfare. If you're a woman and you're both equally financial, both have equal everything. One's just a shitty parent, and there's proof of that. The other person isn't. Woman is geared towards to win, anything, and you're kind of screwed. Otherwise, I do not mean to get this far off topic, but you can fact check this yourself. I highly recommend looking at all the stupid people, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Look at all the left, look at all the right, look at all the middle, in between, the independent. I think you should look at everything. And just this is the basic thing in general. You should look at all possible angles. And honestly, because studies can be bought, nothing's impossible. People say, hey, conspiracy theory, this and that, but it's just the longest time we thought Google wasn't taking our information, then we find out, and anyone who disagreed, that's conspiracy theory. Well, there's this flat conspiracy theory, but because it has nothing to back it up with, and there's no real nothing to gain from it. So yeah, versus sometimes there are things that are really out there, but sometimes, not always, they're true. Yeah, I think I went a little bit overboard, but I wanted you guys to really grasp what's going on. I'm neither left or right. Someone who likes just to focus on the Constitution, and I'm someone who really values logic, morals, common sense, which seems to be a lacking trait nowadays. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, peace.